for round 2, looks like we're going to Watchpoint Gibraltar, everyone. So, Novos, looking at what's going on at Watchpoint Gibraltar, what are you trying to switch up if you're Team Leviathan here? How do you shake that one off?
I just forget about the map. I just look at changing the composition completely. Know what is kind of what they're gonna stick to, things that are gonna definitely like kind of that it's been working on Ilios. So you're gonna probably see a Tracer or a Flanky-esque type hero because they don't seem to have an answer for it right now. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a Tracer, but if you are Team Leviathan, I think genuinely you need to like make an entire composition switch. You need to change your playstyle up, and that goes for every member of the team.
And also,
if you don't, it's gonna just screw the team over. Sorry, go on.
and I was gonna say, I feel like this is rough for them to choose, honestly, because Tracer Widow on these first 2 points, even the last point, can be pretty rough. So if you already have a Tracer Widow running over you, it's questionable.
It's pretty brutal, especially in Watchpoint Gibraltar. Team Leviathan chose the map, oddly enough. It seemed like they were having issues with the differences in elevation, so Gibraltar's an interesting pick. Let's see what they do.
To me, I feel like that speaks with familiarity, maybe they just really like.
Maybe.
I just would assume that they would have had a strategy here to go into Gibraltar, and we're gonna see Diva Sigma.
What do you think of the Diva Sigma? I was just about to ask you about that.
Okay, let's see it. So they're going to go Diva Winston here. Double dive for Team Troublesome Max. And Arcade is going Genji. We haven't seen any Genji play out of him until just now. And he's still being boosted. He's taking his time, and they're going to fight for that high ground quick, and they're going to get it. They get the Mercy pick on both sides. But
Yeah,
Team Troublesome Max has a commanding lead here, and Neo Pachaco needs to bolt out of there. Nope, they're going to pick him. They're going to get free cart push underneath.
I really feel like that came down to Luck overextending and getting his team in a vulnerable position while simultaneously dying there. It's a little bit rough.
Switch it up to Roadhog and Diva.
Interesting pick. Winston versus Roadhog up here. He misses that hook. So if you're Luck, I know that you're having a frustrating moment here because you're definitely the best tank. You're supposed to be the highest ranked tank in the match right now. And it's rough. I believe Luck is a Masters tank player.
I think the thing is essentially like I don't think the Hog is like the Hog's an okay like great idea against the dive, but the thing is essentially like if you're the higher ranked player, right, you need to try to gel your team together. If you don't gel your team together, like you're just essentially.
Let's watch this blade from Arcade here. He gets Neo. Let's see what else. Oh, no, he gets picked by the Hog.
Yeah, this
good pick
really
on Luck.
He's trying to.
He's trying to dead.
I mean, they're still identifying the main challenges on each side. You know, I think they're trying to figure out who the best player is on each team and making sure they focus it. I know that's a big deal. Pez, we're very familiar with this when we ended up playing with Rain the first few times, the Masters tank that plays with us quite often. You know, we had to learn you got to focus down that top player. If you don't, that's a game changer very quickly.
Also, the note is off these mobile tanks that can get high ground when they're going into point 2, which is when you need it the most. Like, realistically, even if these teams were both up and fighting on the ship, like, red team can get high ground advantage, and there's nothing that they could have done about it.
There's a lot of you get in high elo, you get held. If you do not win the fight in ship, you basically lose essentially because you just get held at these disgusting choke teams from left to right, very narrow, very small, even diving and stuff. It's really
so tough to dislodge a team on ship. You've already watched the play.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. So like the ship control is the most important.
Yep.
Here, the most important is top right. I'm on top of the bridge right now.
Ooh, big shatter. Let's see if they can capitalize on that here and get a slight hold. I think they're going to be able to pull that off, but no, they get a no.
Ooh.
He stops the res. Not bad. I mean, Luck is doing everything in his power to try and stop this here.
If they're going to hold this, though, they need to dislodge and keep them off high ground advantage here.
True. Troublesome needs to back up. He sleeps the hog to secure the fact that he can run away. Good play for him. Let's see what they can do for Arcade here. He's almost got Blade, but he won't have Nano. Not for a long time. Let's see how fast Troublesome can charge it.
I mean, Nano's quite a fast charging ult. You have a deeper.
Saxaholic gets a finish here. He'll get Shatter first, and they'll get Bomb as well.
Dry blading.
He is blading. Neo Pachaco gets nanoed. Let's see what happens here and see what he can do with it. Not too much, but he makes some space.
This is a chaotic brawl, but I think red team is gonna come out on top here.
I mean, they're gonna get the finish, but I'm glad that they were able to keep it at least above, at least below 4 minutes. You know, this is doable. This one could go back and forth. We'll see what Team Leviathan can do coming back against this here. It's gonna be interesting.
Ooh, big shatter.
Big shatter. Let's see. Yep, Ryan's just gonna clean house here.
Yeah, that's an all she wrote, I feel like.
It is. Doomfist trying to hold off. Okay. 311 is respectable here. 311 is respectable. They had a better hold at that last point for sure. I'm really surprised to not see any ball play from anybody.
Yeah. I mean,
There's been absolute zero.
has a good synergy with Genji. Power drive dash is very, very strong. Especially with the damage boost. But they don't need, like, I don't know if they need it. Like, right now, like, no one is holding choke points that I would expect to hold, or I would have thought they would have wanted to hold. And it is, you know, it is what it is. But, like, I mean, in terms of dealing with Arcade, like, you need to, like, they need to, like, I think it's Luck, who's the hog player. Like, they need to, like, stop, like, kind of, like, yeah, like, trying to go for solo, like, as in soloing, and actually try to gel the team together. The stronger we have, like, an entire team, you know, means that we're going to be able to kind of have a better advance and put them in a worse
Agreed.
here. And I don't really agree with going for solo, like, going to play.
There's a ball pick.
Yeah, I feel like I'm not seeing the sort of teamwork and the chemistry I was expecting from a team that's played a lot together.
For sure.
They're going for these chaotic sort of mosh pit brawl fights, and
But
it's
they're
just
losing.
allowing, yeah, but they're losing, and they're allowing sort of Arcade and other people to just keep
Arcade
winning
Co.
individual fights and in this
And
brawl. I don't-
the other thing as well is if you're gonna tunnel on Arcade, you're just gonna leave this out, and you pump all the resources. Like, again, like, if you pump all the resources into killing Arcade, the thing is no one else is gonna have any resources for the rest of the team. So you chuck sleep, you chuck nade, you hack him, whatever you do.
True.
It's just you're not gonna have the resources then to take the fight with the rest of the team. So even
That's
if you
true.
focus on
It's
one
interesting to
player
see
down-
Saxaholic making this play with ball. His play's very interesting here.
No, they both.
He's very
defending
flanky.
team
He's doing a
here-
good job.
Yes. Defending team here in terms of high ground control, you need to hold top blue. If you're playing dive,
Yep.
the blue top over by the far left, closest to the spawn, is the one that you want. That is where the critical point is, because it means that the attacking team have a longer time to walk back, so they actually can get very good staggers, and you also have that advantage of being high ground.
And again, I
Yep.
question is
And
these
Sombra
picks
is, yeah, these picks are very interesting. Sombra is just getting free picks all day long. She's just standing there submachining everything down.
And also, but like, what does this team have to get high ground control to really contest the DPS on top? They have Ryan,
Yep.
Hog.
Hog.
We're going to watch her build up this EMP real fast and jump in against this team. Watch the coordination here in about the next 10 seconds.
Can we jump
They
on
have-
with the Moira afterwards as well? After we watch the MP.
Yeah, she's emptying full clips before anyone from Team Leviathan's even turning on her.
This is that moment I say again. Like, what does the Moira do for you? What does the Hog do for you? It doesn't do. It's individual, and again, you're pumping resources into players that are already dying. So it just feels like a very uncoordinated kind of set right now.
Agreed.
They need to get onto the same page. They need to do it. They cannot let Arcade sit up.
Arcade does not get out of this.
Yeah,
Oh.
Arcade gets out. he almost got it. He almost overcommitted against that Rhine, but he finessed his way out.
He just sat there and beamed 3 players down. This is what we were talking about.
He did.
Where's the control? Where's the any presence in the high ground? There's no one that can do that.
Oh, and he hacks the Mercy right before she finishes the res. A hacked Torb is a dead Torb, that's for sure. Let's see what happens here.
So again, we're playing in this gutter of a...
She's gonna sit in the back and get a finish against Dead Scallywag too. Watch this. She's gonna watch him. He's gonna pick this Mercy, no problem. In the spawn. She died in her spawn doors. That is a rough day.
But this is what I'm saying as well, though. Like,
watch this.
Fighting in the U pit, the gutter. Like, the payload is exactly where you want it to be if you're the defending team, and we have to go in the gutter. We need to take the high ground. We need to forget about the car.
Yeah, there's the EMP.
Right on high ground, but instead they're just
trying to run it down.
Trying to run it down on the cart, but it's never gonna work.
This is a problem for a lot of players, and you know, like getting sidetracked on touching the cart.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You need to win the fight before you even think about the cart, especially if they have an advantage like the high ground.
Well, that's a decent ult by Moira to try and push him through the gutter.
Yeah,
that's a good play. They had that Moira ult. They used it to get out. Can they push where they need to in the next 10 seconds, though? I doubt it, especially not. Yep, there's the Sigma play.
With the spawns as well, this is what I'm saying. This is why blue is so important. Like, their spawns, if you die as an attacker, it sucks, basically. You're out of the fight for 30 seconds.
Well, let's see if they can push through, though.
Luckily for them, though.
Chaos is, yeah. I think they're going to get it. I mean, blue's going to push through.
Yeah, Troublemakers did cede high ground, and they did decide to jump down and fight them, and unfortunately they lost that fight. It would have been better served just holding the positions they were holding.
Yeah, for sure. And they drop down early on when the cart kind of starts grounding.
Now let's see. I mean, this is one of those maps, too. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is one of those maps that once you gain some momentum, very hard to get it back.
For sure, if you know which space you want to take. And here it's now...
I don't think they know to take the spaceship here.
They need the ship. They need ship.
It's going to be rough.
Yes, if they lose the fight, they are going to get held. We're going to see 2 minutes of spawn camping, essentially. And that's what...
Yeah, it's looking like it's going to happen, yeah.
Yep. An actual bot is sitting there pocketing Arcade, which is just a deadly combo.
That's one of the hardest chokes in this game, honestly, at this point. No.
Arcade is hopping. Arcade is hopping right on top of the ship, and I don't think Team Leviathan knows to come up there and get him.
This is why I don't understand, though. We had the space with the Zarya. Our Zarya was like 80 energy. We could have taken the high ground and just forced them off. We don't have to kill them. We just need them off this high ground. But now we're in a position where, yeah, we're going to see 1 minute and 30 seconds of a very hard dislodge in the high ground, especially top ship.
We're also in a position now where they've sort of forced themselves onto this comp that's really bad for this point.
For sure.
If they have ults, you know, they're not going to want to switch off because...
Like, look at this. It's free. Arcade is just... It's
Yeah,
just a
Arcade's literally sitting in a firing range right now.
And it's not... The thing is, you know, we can say, oh, they're masters, but this is... The positioning here allows you to open up this space. So it's not necessarily even to do with the fact that this is a Masters.
Okay, they are,
True.
They are
this is. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I didn't know that this part of the map existed until I watched a stream from Harbu, Yeedle, and Emom. I didn't know that it existed. I didn't know that spaceship existed. I literally had no clue. I was like, oh my god, there's a whole different dimension up here to go play in. Good to know.
And it's also such a strong position. Again, like, this is something that a lot of the lower ranks don't realize is like which choke points, where they are. I remember when we played that scrim.
Yeah, Luck is trying to contest it up here. I don't know if he's going to get it against that Sombra, though.
We need to pump all the resources into getting rid of this, dislodging this. This is not...
Yep.
No, they had the right idea and it started out well, but they started to split focus. And with their comp, you can't split focus.
That's why Luck dies here, and now we're on a really janky composition with you know, like 2 hit scans. Like, if you look at Leviathan's team ending there, they were on Soldier McCree, Winston Diva, Anna Mercy. Like, it's just, you need to commit to the
No, that's a matter of the tanks making the right switches, but the rest of the team not committing, and then you're
for sure.
really weird comp where you can't really focus all your energy.
Sure.
Yep.
And then you have someone like Luck, right, who just chased down the Sombra, which is not a bad idea, but again, like his entire team just fell apart behind him because no one else committed with him. So it makes it